So what is the outlook for Apple, stock code AAPL, right? So this stock is one of the most popular stock in the US market, and a lot of people are looking to get in on dips or maybe to bargain hunt whenever we hit certain support level. All right, so where are we right now? Is it time to get in? Is it time to maybe take some profit? The fact that we have rebounded over the past 1 to 2 months. Hey guys, Joey here, top tier MyZero and trader in Philip Securities, and in this video, we'll be looking at this stock called Apple, all right, stock code AAPL, one of those really popular stocks in the US market, and we are trading at about $151. So we'll dive into the chart to see what it says, some of the levels that you want to take note of, and my thoughts on this stock, on where we can potentially head to if we do hold above certain levels, and also we will dive into the system that I have to see what it says, if there are any bearish or maybe even new bullish signals that have came out over the past 1 to 2 months. Right, so let's dive into it right now. So this is Apple right here, trading about $151.60. So guys, I would appreciate you can give me an early thumbs up and of course subscribe as well. That would really help out the channel, and thank you so much for doing this. All right, so right here, $151.60. You can see that this was the key level that we have been supported above. Let me just draw it for you right here. This is the $150 level. So this 150 is kind of like what we call a psychological support level, whereby we kind of like rebounded a couple of times, was pretty much the resistance level here, a little bit of resistance level. We rebounded all the way to about 180, 185 somewhere around the beginning of the year. Sold off, went to about 150 and neared it a couple of times, 2 times, rebounded off, and you can see right here we broke this 150 somewhere around May. All right, so about 2 months plus we broke the 150, and when we traded lower, swing up, down, swing up, and we're consolidating from like the 130 to that 150 level. So like a $20 range, right? So at this point in time, when it broke the 150, you can see that this green line, the 20 days moving average, the green line was still sloping down. So not a good thing. I mean, especially when it broke the $150, right? So that's a sign of weakness, and we started to push lower indeed, right? From 130 to 150. Right, but the key here is this, right? Over the past 1 week, we managed to actually climb back above this $150. So that's a good sign. So that's a good sign in terms of support turning to a resistance level, and now actually coming back to be like a new support level right here. Okay, so now it's about 151. You can see we traded to about 156, and then a bit of profit taking, we came back down again, but we are still kind of like above this 150 new support level. All right, so I think right now there are some signs of strength in the short term. Look at this, as I say, right? This green line, right? It was like sloping down, 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 and somewhere around here in June, we started to flatten out, and prices went above the green line. And of course, this green line started to slope up as we push from like 140 to 150. We broke the 150, and this is where we are right now. So I think upside still looks quite okay in terms of the short term. We might consolidate here. Let me just draw it for you. I think a little bit of resistance might come back, maybe near that 160 right here. I think 160 would be a little bit of resistance. Why? Look at this. You can see this is where the 200 days moving average line is. Well, the blue line is right here. So kind of like coincides with the 160. So upside can be all the way from 150 to maybe about 160, about 5-6% upside. You can see this is the range in the short term. All right, $10 range, 150 to 160. So probably have to see if you can hold above the 150 over the next 1 to 2 weeks. I think that is key, because as I say, we managed to go above the 150. We went up to about 156, came back down, and we're still above. So that's a good thing. At least we're still above. But we want to really hold above it and consolidate maybe above 150 for a while, and eventually attempt to even break this 160. I think if you can do that, I think that's a good sign of more upside and the reversal actually happening even firmer. All right, so this is Apple right here. Some signs of strength coming back, right? The fact that we actually gone above the 150, right? Which actually I think is just somewhere in June. Look at this right here. So this was in June. We actually attempted to break this 150, right? Went up like 1-2 days, but next day it came back down, and we started to sell down as well. But right now we have gone up, we are staying above. Over the past 1 week, it's still above right now. So I think if you can hold above 150, there are some signs of strength coming back as well. So let's take a look at what it says on my 1GT, one good trend system, whereby we have a couple of bullish and maybe even bearish signals that have came out of the past 1 year. Alright, so I'm not go too far. I think somewhere around like June. Look at this right here. This was like June 2021. A couple of good bullish signals. You can see the trend bar at the bottom is green in color. So quite a good uptrend last year from June. Got a bullish signal went up, got a bearish one came down, and then a couple of new bullish signals went up from like about the 140 all the way to about 185, and then started to see a little bit of consolidation, a little bit of exits. Another bearish signal went down, exit went down. All right, so to push up, and let's take a look at, I think somewhere around here, I think somewhere around like March, we started to see the signs of the trend turning down. You can see that the trend bar actually just started to point down. I mean, in terms of green changing to red, a little bit of green, and then now it's like red in color. So trend kind of like started to turn down somewhere around March, February. All right, when the market started to sell as well. So got to exit. All right, started to sell down, down, down. A couple of red arrow down. Bearish signal started to push down. Let me zoom in to see where we are right now. So yeah, I started to push down, got another bearish one came down, and this is where we are right now. So over the past like 1 to 2 weeks, you see this is where we had another new bullish signal coming back. Right, you can see this is like a green arrow pointing up finally. All right, finally a green bullish signal coming up after like 3 or 4 months. Right, so that's a good sign. I mean, in terms of some short-term upside coming back, especially if we were to hold above the 150. So look at this, right? The red bar, I mean, this bar is still red in color in terms of the trend bar. So in terms of the longer term trend, as I mentioned, there are still signs of weakness, right? Because anything like below the 160, unfortunately, that's where selling or some profit taking can come back again. But in the short term, the fact that we actually went above 150, I think that is some signs of strength coming back, right? So I think eventually, if this bullish signal start to play out, I mean, continue to play out, we consolidate from 150, 160, and if we to break above the 160, this red bar will pretty much turn to green in color, and that's where we might see some signs of the uptrend coming back again. All right, so this is Apple right here. We got a recent bullish, all right, green arrow pointing up a bullish signal. There are still no exits, so now we're still holding above 150. So let's see how it plays out in the next few weeks. All right, guys, so there we have it. This is Apple right here, stock code AAPL, one of those really popular stocks in the US market that a lot of people are looking at. So I thought, why not just do a quick analysis. We have pretty much covered this stock, I think, more than a month back. I think we were somewhere around here, and I mentioned about some weakness because if we were to stay below 150, it's not so good. So we started to sell off, and thankfully we managed to find some support at 130. So yeah, just be careful, as I say. I mean, if we were to break below the 150, I mean, if you're looking to buy on dips above 150, that's a good thing. All right, as I say, this is this consolidation range right now from 150 to 160. But make sure you have a plan, because as I say, if we were to get back below 150, right, then that's not a good thing, because if we get back below 150, then unfortunately that's where selling can actually come back again. We might see it retrace all the way back down to like 140, 130, and pretty much back to that previous consolidation phase, right, from 130 to 150 again. All right, so this is Apple right here. So let's see how it plays out over the next few weeks. Okay, and yeah, so thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, go ahead to give me a like, and of course smash the subscribe button. It will definitely help out the channel. And let me know in the comments below what is your thoughts on Apple. What's your biggest takeaway? All right, and I look forward to reply to each and every one of you in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.